In this ever-changing world, if there is one thing that is certain, it is that one day this journey of life will come to an end. Just as we travel from one city to another, cover a distance and eventually return, life too is a journey we must walk, and one day we must return from it. And that is why, for me, these early morning practices, this silence, this preparation, they are not just routine. It is a path that I walk with my Guru. These practices are my compass to walk through this world unentangled, unafraid, and unshackled. Everyone embarks on a journey, but the one who truly understands the journey from within realizes that the real path does not lie outside, it lies within. And when the inner journey begins, only then does the outer journey truly begin to make sense. Because then, you are no longer just a traveler, you become a witness, living every moment, observing every experience, and yet remaining untouched by it all. So my friend, before time runs out on the clock of life, live it, know it, understand the path before you reach the final destination. Because in the end, every journey leads to the same silence from where everything began.
So after a lot of delays, finally हम हो गए हैं तैयार. मोटरसाइकिल को भी कर चुके हैं तैयार और अब बस बारी है फर्राटे से निकल जाने की. बहुत लेट हो चुका है भाई, बहुत ही ज़्यादा लेट हो चुका है. कहा हमको 4:30 बजे निकलना था और कहा अभी 7 बज रहे हैं, you know. Anyway, so let's not waste any further time. Let's get going. Kerala, we are coming. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, your channel and our channel, The Rolling Nomad. So our journey to Kerala has been inaugurated और हम लोग रवाना हो चुके हैं कोची के लिए. The first half an hour or so, just take it easy. Because obviously I have been kind of out of touch for the last 6 months. मतलब कितने वक्त के बाद finally एक लंबी सी राइड पे निकले हैं. You know, I would like to state one thing about one small but major adjustment that all of you should do if you are riding with a pillion or if you are riding with a lot of luggage on your back. You should be making this adjustment to your motorcycle, and that is increasing the preload to stiffen up the rear suspension. And the way it's feeling now, there is a significant amount of difference. Right now I have put the preload to setting number 3. And that's helping a lot. I can actually feel the nimbleness in the overall feel of the motorcycle, the way the chassis is handling the weight, and that's very important. Like I said, especially if you're riding along with a pillion and luggage. I'll have to keep in mind that I've got luggages on my side, because once you have lost that touch of riding with saddlebags and panniers, what happens is you tend to push your motorcycle through spaces which normally wouldn't be able to accommodate the panniers and the saddlebags. So that sort of tends to become an issue. So just being a little aware of that, and that helps. Well, otherwise it's a beautiful, beautiful morning. It's pretty windy, it's airy, and I'm not feeling as hot as the rest of the day might treat me with. So before it becomes hot, let's just get the hell out of here. I've just switched the Powertronic to map number 2, and that is with the expectation of extracting a little more power from the Powertronic.
6 months. 6 months without a steady paycheck. Funds running dry, yet never out of the longing to be back on the roads. Out under the skies, rolling on my 2 wheels once again. Out of the full-time grind, though financially strained, I was never lost, but liberated in a different way. Time on my hands to plan, to grow within, and to listen to my own heartbeat. Untethered from 9 to 5, I nurtured ideas for when I shall be out exploring the world again. And now, with an invitation from Kochi, here is a fresh chapter, and I feel the road calling once more.
Yes, Jenny. Yes, tell me. Yeah. Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. That is accommodation and food included. It's 2,500. I see. I guess then in that case, let's do one thing. So 25,000 is what I'll have to pay for now, correct? For 10 days. Okay. Just give me about half an hour. I'll call you back and confirm. Okay. All right. Actually, I'm already on my way, so I'll be joining tomorrow. I'm already on my way to Kochi, so that's not a problem. Let me just take half an hour. Okay? Yeah. I'll call you back in some time.
So that was my HR calling to confirm if I was arriving that evening and if she should go ahead and confirm my reservation at the hotel.
Thank you. So in the meantime, we have crossed about 40 kilometers of our journey, and Google says we are left with another 494 kilometers. So that's the Mysore Expressway, which to us bikers, it's closed, it's inaccessible.
After about an hour and a half of riding and finally escaping the city limits, it was time to just take a breath and fill Bhairava up. Bhairava needed to get a tank full.
So full tank. So the tank's full now, and we thought just let Bhairava have a breather. So in the meantime, I'm just performing some checks to see if everything is fine, if the nuts and bolts are in place, and the motorcycle is pretty much how it should be or not. Bhairav has been performing phenomenally. Now when you do not go on long rides on your motorcycle for about 6 months, it is but normal to feel a little skeptical about your motorcycle's abilities, right? But then I remember it's not because of this guy that we haven't been going on long rides. जैसे ही रुक जाओ, मान लो जैसे भट्टी में खड़े हो गए. Wow, look at this view. Just look at this view. Wonderful, wonderful. क्या ही नज़ारा है यार. It's just so jaw-droppingly beautiful. Wow.
धूप सर पे चढ़ी हुई थी और शरीर पिछले 6 महीनों से लॉन्ग राइड्स पे न जाने के कारण आदत खो चुकी थी और अब 200 किलोमीटर मोटरसाइकिल चलाने के बाद धीरे धीरे कंधे जवाब देने लगे थे. बस अब नज़ारों का ही सहारा था.
तो फाइनली इतने लंबे टाइम के बाद नारियल पानी मिला है पीने को. सो पी के खलास कर चुके हैं 2 नारियल. और ये नहीं पता था कि यहाँ पे नारियल 60 रुपीज़ का है. Well, that's quite expensive. So yeah, so that's the road, and it's pretty sunny out here right now. चले चलते हैं, टाइम वेस्ट नहीं करते हैं. और एक छोटा सा फॉल हो गया मेरे हेलमेट का. रखा था यहीं पे. Somehow it fell and I guess slipped. Thankfully nothing got damaged or anything. Bhai Sahab, I am feeling so elated. Just look at this view, man. This is what I have been separated from for the last 6 months. Wow, man, just look at this. I don't feel like speaking anything.
They say that beauty can render you speechless. And here, with the Western Ghats staring at me from the horizon, I understand why. Words would only clutter this moment. Instead, I let the moment fill me. So I rode on, letting the beauty of the moment take me over in silence.
Just spicing things up a little bit, pacing things up a little bit. So we have just covered about 200 kilometers on our journey so far. 5:34 पे हमने शुरू किया था, अभी 3:35 है. So yeah, 200 kilometers, and I would say that took quite a while. Because हमने शुरू किया लेट में, तो ऑब्वियसली शहर में हम लोग काफ़ी ट्रैफिक से भिड़ते हुए आना पड़ा. So that was the primary reason, but wherever we found opportunity, जब जहाँ हमको मौका मिला, हम compensate करते हुए आए हैं. Now let's see what the rest of the road has in store for us. Nice color. Nice color, dude. Does this toll plaza indicate something? क्या ये कुछ बयां कर रही है? क्या हम किसी स्पेशल एंट्री पॉइंट से गुजर रहे हैं? कुछ पता नहीं पड़ रहा है.
And then I started seeing the landscape changing, just like the phases of my life, blending into one another without warnings or noise. The broad highway beneath me slowly turned quieter, narrower, as if the world was whispering instead of speaking. The sun was, however, still following me, but the shadows grew deeper. Tall trees arching over the road, like time folding its arms around me. Isn't life like that too? One moment you feel like you are out in the open, clear, fast, and in control. And the next, you find yourself slowing down, entering a phase that asks more of you: your stillness, your attention, and your trust.
I think we are getting into the tiger reserve. Now it's time to face some speed breakers.
There is something about a road that cuts through a jungle. It doesn't rush, it doesn't shout, it just exists in stillness, in its own waiting, as if it knows that not everything in life needs answers. Some things just need presence, a quiet footstep, a breath in awareness, and a moment of absolute awe. The trees, they don't ask you where you are going. They just watch silently, like they have seen too many travelers before you, running, chasing, escaping. But in this forest, you don't chase anything. You slow down. You listen. Listen to the wind rustling through leaves, the distant call of a bird you will never see, and that one ray of sunlight breaking through the canopy. All of it feels like a secret shared only with you. Here, time forgets itself. And maybe, just maybe, you remember who you truly are.
Hear the silence prevailing in this place. At the same time, this place has so much of palpable vibrations. I would attribute that to all the trees. यहाँ पे जो इतने सारे तरीके तरीके के पौधे लगे हुए हैं, पेड़ लगे हुए हैं, उससे जो जीवन शक्ति का यहाँ पे फैलाव रहा होगा या फैलाव है, वही शायद मुझे फील हो रहा है. I mean, this is just so unmissable. Wow, man. Welcome to Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu state limit starts. Hearty welcome. Konna eta kaaj ko photo tule nei ekhane. Alright, so we were asked not to take any photos or videos here because it's a border checkpost. We actually had tried to take a photograph of our motorcycle, of this motorcycle of Bhairava, with that board that mentions of the kilometers and all that. But okay, by the way, this is the Satyamangalam Tiger Reserve.
And just when the forest faded into silence behind me, mountains started rising. And these were not just curves on a map.
आगे का ये रास्ते देख रहे हो? रास्ते देखो आगे के कैसे ट्विस्ट एंड टर्न्स है.
These weren't just roads winding downward. They felt like moments unfolding gently. The Nilgiris don't shout their beauty. They unfold it, bit by bit, bend by bend. Like a poem the earth whispers only to those who listen. After the jungle thinned out, the mountains started to stretch wide. Draped in layers of green and mist, it was as if the sky had fallen in love and laid down to rest. The road won't rise anymore. Winding through eucalyptus groves, time moved like the breeze, unhurried, unbothered. There's a stillness there, not silence, but presence. The kind that makes you breathe deeper, notice more, and feel more without trying. The Nilgiris don't need drama. Their beauty is in their calm, their strength is in their softness, and their gift is reminding you how to just be.
Look where you want to go. Always the mantra. Look where you want to go. As you are approaching a turn, do not look at where the motorcycle is pointed. Look at the road where you want to take the motorcycle to. Shesh. ওই দেখ বমি করতে করতে কাহিল ভিতর দিক নাড়াচাড়া দিয়ে দিয়েছে. হ্যাঁ ওই সামনেরটা. Wow, man. Wow.
Passing through the forest and descending down the Nilgiris was a phenomenal experience. Now, as the descent from the Nilgiris was to culminate, the landscape gradually was to transition into the fertile plains of Tamil Nadu, characterized by agricultural fields and interspersed forest patches. This descent offered a unique blend of ecological zones reflecting the rich natural heritage of the region.
I just wanted to take a moment to tell you how fabulous this gadget is, this Alien Rider M2 Pro. What a fabulous device. When I invested in this product, I thought it was an expensive buy, but as time has passed, I have come to see what exactly are the capabilities of this device, how well informed you remain on the road about your circumstances, about the situations around you. Thus, it helps in keeping you safe. At least it gives you the impetus to remain safe on the road. But the question is, why aren't we coming across any food joint or any place where we can just stop for having a lunch? Will any temples help us with some food? Wow. Beautiful place, dude. Beautiful place. We have seen so much in one day. So much. And that too after such a long time. And the motorcycle. Wow. What a performance. I mean, gives me a feeling that 500 kilometers, 600 kilometers a day, it's not really a big deal for the Interceptor, especially if you have these enhancement accessories in the form of the Powertronic, in the form of the Fuel X Pro. It's not the faintest of bother for the Interceptor to be munching miles all day long and cover about 1,000 kilometers. Okay, let's stop here. Finally, after such a long wait, our wait has come to an end. Well. Finally, it's time to have our lunch. We'll have to stretch our limbs also a little bit. Humidity is very palpable. You cannot miss that. It's hot, but on top of that, it's very humid. In Bangalore, it's quite dry, and although it's hot, if you are staying within your homes, you don't normally get to feel it. But here, the story is a little different. Wherever you are, the heat is gonna get to you. Typically because of the humidity. ऐसा लग रहा है जैसे एक अरसे के बाद खाना मिला है। अभी वक्त हो रहा है कुछ 4 बजे के आसपास, और पिछले 2 घंटे से हम लोग तलाश में थे कि कुछ खाने के लिए कहीं पे कुछ मिल जाए, पर इतने रास्ते छोड़ के आए हम पीछे, मतलब तरीके से खाना मिले ऐसा कोई जगह ही नहीं मिला हमको। और फिलहाल एग राइस और वो चिकन राइस है, सांभर। I normally try to keep it light, especially when I'm traveling during the summer time. तो इसने अपना फेवरेट कोक भी ले लिया है। ये है कुछ अपने रोलिंग नोमाड का हाल। थका हुआ तो नहीं हूँ, पर गर्मी जो है वो असर दिखा रही है। तमिलनाडु काफ़ी गर्म हो रखी है ऑलरेडी, तो ऐसा आई एम नॉट रियली टायर्ड और एक्सॉस्टेड। और अभी यहाँ पे आके तो बदन में पानी भी दे दिया है, तो राहत है। And that's better after a full day of ultimate performance, standing tall and proud. How would you say see you again in Tamil? A little slow. Okay, I'll practice it. So we are done with our lunch. Just see this banana orchard. We have seen tons of these while reaching here. Alright, so it's now going to be golden hours in some time. So now we were riding through the open flat plains of Tamil Nadu. It was after lunch, so the mood was relaxed but not lazy. There wasn't time to slow down. Google Maps showed that we would reach Kochi only by 10 pm. And with the sun already tilting west, we knew we had a long way to go. Nothing here was dramatic or overwhelming in any way. But there was this something peaceful about this part of the ride. Wow, this tree is a beautiful one. Just being on the road and watching the world go by, that was enough. And given that I hadn't come to Tamil Nadu in a while, I was soaking it all in. 230 kilometers, and it says we'll reach by 10 o'clock, which I'm not willing to let happen. But it's gonna be a tough one. If we don't stop even once, then probably that's doable. We'll see about that. But for this trip, I am kind of satisfied with regard to the number of breaks that we have taken. We just stopped once for petrol, once for having coconut water, and once to have our lunch, and that's about it. Didn't really take too much pauses or breaks. And yes, I did stop once for capturing some drone shots. The streets of Tamil Nadu have a rhythm of their own. They are not quiet, not in the usual sense of the word. There is life everywhere, and amidst it all, temples. Old and yet beautifully carved temples. You don't just pass by them, you feel them. The sound of bells ringing in the background, a woman drawing a fresh kolam at the entrance of a home, and children running barefoot on sun-baked streets. There is color and there is chaos, but there's also an order in it. A pattern you can't quite explain, but one that somehow makes sense. The walls are painted with gods, cinema stars, and political slogans, all coexisting in symbiosis. And every now and then, the scent of jasmine or fresh filter coffee will drift in through your helmet visor, a reminder that even in the rush, there is comfort. Riding through these streets isn't just about covering distance. It's about passing through a world that's ancient and alive at the same time. A world that doesn't slow down for you, but